Obviously, just really, really happy for our guys going through what they've been going through here during the conference season and some in the non-conference, getting a win, really hard-fought win against two teams that were desperate and needed it in the worst way. I was watching a lot of Evansville tape, and I was just amazed how hard they were still playing. What the record was they were. Now, we hadn't done that. We hadn't been doing that like Evansville had been doing it. But we fought really hard tonight. I thought it was a slugfest between two teams really playing hard. And we made enough plays at the stretch. We didn't guard very good in the first half. I thought we played hard, but we didn't guard as good as we needed to, and we tightened that up a little bit in the second half and just made enough plays to get back in it and win.
Questions?
Greg, there was a moment it was a long time ago now, but about maybe 13 minutes to go, TJ gets a block. There was a shot clock violation in there. It seemed like you got your energy back through your defense, which is something this team hasn't been doing much.
Absolutely right. You know, Todd, and also it comes from not hanging your head on missing a shot, not hanging your head missing a free throw or turning it over. I thought we had good positive energy. They had it great in game day practice today, and that's what we have to do. You know, no matter what happens, you can't have negative reactions, and we feed off our defense. You know, we like to get out and transition, and we're pretty good when we do it, but it's got to come from your defense causing a turnover. I thought there were 3-4 times in the first half we caused a turnover and gave it right back to them. But TJ picked us up, had enough guys make defensive plays, and then offensive, we had guys make some plays now down the stretch too. So just a good win for a team that needed it in the worst way, and a team that probably questioning themselves a little bit.
Coach, you talked about plays down the stretch. Offensively, you always said Britton never afraid to take a shot, never afraid to go for anything. Him driving there in overtime, the game-winning layup with 15 seconds. Just what was
really pleased, and I know he's pleased too because he wants to do what we're asking him to do. He is such a competitive guy that when he's in the element, when he's in the moment, he wants to make the play. And he's been watching film with the coaches constantly. Now, it's happened a lot this year to where we've had to show him where making a pass was the right play. And he went out of his way tonight to make plays. He had 6 assists, which is great. That's probably what he should average. And he'd have had a few more if we could have made a shot or two. But really happy with how he fought on defense and then how way he passed the ball tonight.
One more, sorry. You seemed to go quicker at the end of overtime than you did at the end of regulation. Was that mentioned to the guy? You seemed to wait a little longer at regulation, maybe not get the shot that you wanted. Did you mention the guys coming out of the huddle to maybe go for?
Well, yeah. I mean, one of them was tied, and one of them were down one. I think at the
end of regulation, when the game was tied, you shot it right at the buzzer. It seemed.
Yeah, you're gonna win. You're gonna win, or you're gonna.
You seem to go for it quicker in overtime. Was that did you encourage the guys to?
Yeah. Just with I think there was 20 seconds left. That's a lot of time to be able to hold it, go quick, probably try to score it, and then just get us rely on your defense and get a stop. And we barely did there off the out of bounds. So just happy with it. Yeah, there's. I would say, Rick, on that at the end of regulation, you're gonna win. Or you're gonna go into overtime for sure. At the end of regulation, with that much time and you're down one, I wanted to give us a chance, more of a chance to win it.
Greg, what do you think clicked for the team offensively in the second half? It wasn't horrible in the first half or in the early part of the second half, but it became more productive. And why do you think that was?
I think just Brenton playing the right way. Brenton really noticing how defenses guard him. They were switching 1 through 4. They were playing 4 guards, so it takes a little bit of Matt and Neal's effectiveness off of ball screens out of it. So they had to slip a lot more and do those things. And then when you play a team like that, you got to put your head down and get your feet to the paint and make a play sometime. And they're going to help from somewhere. So when you get your feet to the paint, you're going to see where the help's coming from. You just make the right play. And we did that much better in the second half, and it started with Brent. And Ev, for a spurt there coming off that ball screen, really got us going.
There was a moment you called a timeout in the second half, and I didn't see who did it, but one of the players I think threw a bottle on the floor because of a big mess. But the reason
Brenton hit it. He was mad at himself. He kind of hit the top of the water bottle on it.
The only reason
I didn't do it. I just want that to be clear.
The reason I bring it up,
I might throw it at somebody.
Is that the moment that maybe this team got just sick and tired of being sick and tired a little bit? I mean, you don't want to see things like that, but on the other hand, it was nice to see some emotion out of this team.
Yeah, I mean, it was an accident, and they were more or less pissed off at Brenton for doing it because we had a big water spot in the middle of it. I don't know, Todd. You can think about a lot of different things like that, but we've been losing some games. I don't know you should be sick and tired of it a long time ago, after one loss and after a game where you don't compete at the highest level. It shouldn't take as many as we've had. So maybe we weren't a real good team in January. Maybe we're going to be a much better team in February, and that's what I'm counting on. I've told you that we've been practicing pretty good for 3 weeks. It just has not had carryover. Now maybe the guys will feel a little bit better about themselves. They can get that feeling back of how hard you have to work to get a win, and then continue it from there. But at a certain point, that was a long time ago for me.
Speak of that, with the way the last few weeks has gone, you were down by 12 in the second half. You guys could have easily, just folded up. They didn't. How happy were you to see the fight from your team, and how much can they carry that going forward?
Well, I'm happy about it, but I've also been confused and disappointed that we've been that way. Any competitor, that's not what happens. Any team with good chemistry and fighting for something, you're fighting for each other and you're doing that. So, yeah, I'm happy about it tonight, but that's the way it should be. That's the way Indiana State basketball is. That's the way we've always done, and that's why this year the guys are working at it, but we haven't been the unit like we need to, and maybe we're getting it back in the right direction. I'm hoping that this kind of springs us forward a little bit into getting back to being a more tight unit.
Anything else?
Coach, despite the losses, this team has seemed to keep its humor. Who's kind of the center of that? Anybody in particular?
Oh, gee, well, they're all clowns, so I'll just say that right now. And the coaching staff, it's our life. Good coaches get fired for their teams losing, and that's kind of the way you think. So it's our life. So we wear it on our sleeve maybe a little more. Young people are resilient. They'll walk out of here after a loss and they'll hang their head. I don't want them to be celebrating or smiling or laughing, but you see them the next day, they're usually, okay, let's get back to it, let's learn from it, let's watch the tape. So I just think it's kind of young people in general, but we do have good guys. I mean, that's why it's your heart breaks a little bit for them. They're not getting the success you'd like them to have because they're good people that do the right stuff off the floor, and you want success for them. So hopefully it's a real resilient group because we have not been in January, that's for sure. So maybe February will be a little different.